In this session, we will go in and generate checks for the construction payroll module in Sage Intacct. To generate checks for any time that was approved in the previous step, you'll go into Applications, Construction Payroll, and under Components, you'll go into Checks. And if this is your first time generating checks for this particular week, you're going to go all the way over to the right. You're going to bypass all the filtering on the top. You're going to go over all the way to the right, and you're going to click on Generate Checks. And in Generate Checks, you have the option to generate a check for just one employee if you want to filter just by one employee, one particular pay group, which is required. So in this scenario, we're going to do weekly, hourly. You do have an option to include salary employees. These are employees that would be set up as auto salary that aren't coded to any projects. We're going to say no, but we don't have any anyways. And what pay period do you want to generate these checks for? So in our prior sample, we approved time for the week of the 28th. So now let's go ahead and generate those checks for that approved time. The system will use the default check date that's in the pay group setup, but if you do want to override it and make it a different check date, you have the opportunity here to override the default check date settings and make it whatever you need to make it for this run. So we're going to let it stay to the default, and we're going to click Generate Checks. And once this is processed, each of the employee checks will pop up in the screen below. And you'll notice here, all records succeeded, 7 checks generated, click OK. If there were any error messages, if something didn't calculate or generate correctly, you would see a red exclamation here with a note on what happened or how to fix something. But at this point, you'll notice that each of the checks have been generated for the time that we approved prior, and it used a check date of 2/2/2023 based on our pay group setup. At this point, you would be ready to go into your next step, which would be to review, adjust, or delete the checks. Thank you.